Brian Solis has written a book called The End of Business as Usual, and it is chock full of information. If you've ever read Brian's posts at briansolis.com, or if you've looked at his great video show, I hope it's Revolution, because that's the name that's in my head, what you know is that Brian works really hard. Brian makes perfectionist level work. Brian makes great, very lengthy, very meaty, very thorough posts. And this book, I think even more so than Engage, is a great example of Brian writing in depth and detail about something. In this case, social change, the way business has really got to come and adapt and use some of these social technologies with a lot of information, just a whole lot of how consumerism changes, commerce changes, how all of these business opportunities change. Reinventing the brand sales cycle was a great chapter. There's a whole lot of information in here that's worth reading and checking out in depth. The thing is, when you read this, I find people say this to me a lot with regards to books. Oh, I read Trust Agents, now what should I read? And you cannot do that with any book, I don't think, a few exceptions, but you really can't do that with this book. You need to sit down, you need to mark this thing up, you need to take out a notebook, and you need to really work on it. There's a lot in this book. There's tons for you to read. So you've got to check it out. You've got to look through it. There's a lot to go through. There's a lot of action steps to take. There's lots of strategy and overall larger business thinking going on in this book, but also with some tactics to bring yourself down. A lot of backstory too. So it's a thorough book insofar as, you know, some of this information might not be as necessary to you to move forward, but the way Brian writes, he wants you to have the full painted picture and he wants you to take from it what you want. So this book is The End of Business as Usual. It's totally worth reading. It's fascinating to see who he got to blurb the book and forward the book and all that. And the middle parts are good too. I'm Chris Brogan. Talk to you soon.